What's going on, guys? Tomcat here, and today I'm bringing you guys another GTA 5 car build. Now, this time I'm going to be doing a build of the GTA equivalent of the Viper. Now, this car has been somewhat requested, not as much as another car which will be coming soon after this video, but it's a car that I really wanted to do because, number one, I think it looks really cool, and number two, I wanted to see how it handled when upgraded with slidey cars. I wanted to see if it was actually willing to slide and willing to stay in a slide, and just how it would feel in general. So, across the course of the build, I kind of had a general idea of what I wanted to do, but also besides having a general idea of what I wanted to do, I also was kind of like, I had an idea of some things. Like, I knew I wanted to go full power, full engine upgrades, full turbo, but I wasn't sure what color I wanted to go with. I wasn't sure what body modification options I wanted to go with from the start, because honestly, I haven't customized this vehicle before at all. So this was my first time ever customizing this car, and it really has more options than I thought it would, to be honest, with these spoilers. Now, with the spoilers, please do not light up the comments with like, oh my god, you're such a ricer, you put a spoiler on that, ugh. Now, calm down for a second, because that mid-level spoiler is almost exactly the same as the one on the real-life IRL Viper ACR Roadster, which is a rare car, and if you haven't seen it, Google it, because it's real. And it comes from the factory. The ACR Roadster is not an aftermarket kit. Comes straight from the factory with a wing very similar to that on the back. So I don't want to hear anything about that wing being ricey. So anyway, with the wheels, I wasn't quite sure again what I wanted to go with. The wheels I was kind of up in the air about as far as what I wanted to use until I came across these. In fact, wait a minute. Yeah, those. No, up one. Those. Yes, those, God, stop scrolling around. I don't remember scrolling around that much, but those wheels, yes. Those wheels in black look amazing. They really do. They fit the car really well. I like that specific wheel design. Some people like it. Some people like that type of design. Some people don't. I personally think it's a really good design. I like the small spokes. I think it looks really good on this car, and I think it just fits it well. I decided not to go with colored tire smoke because I kind of like the realistic tire smoke. Just I don't know, it looks cooler in my opinion. But then again, it depends on what kind of car you're building. Like with a car like this, I kind of like to stick with the realistic tire smoke. Whereas when I'm building a car that's a lot more, let's just say, crazy. When I'm building a car that's just kind of crazy and fun, I'll go with, you know, orange tire smoke or blue tire smoke, just for fun, because honestly, that's what you use it for. It's just something you use for fun. And I decided again not to go with it, not to go with that for this car, but I have used it on other cars in the past. Now, we're getting close to the end of the build, and I think it's starting to look, I mean, well, not starting, it does. It looks good. I would drive this thing in real life. It looks beast in my opinion. It really does. Now, just to get an idea of the difference between this car's handling outside of slidey cars versus when slidey cars is on, is right here I'm going to do a little, just some donuts in this parking lot without slidey cars. And it gets a little bit loose, a little bit sideways, but not that much at all compared to what it'll go, compared to the level of sidewaysness that it'll go to when slidey cars is enabled. I know sidewaysness isn't a word. I got it. But once I had slidey cars enabled, this thing got crazy sideways. This is the first time, like I said, that I've ever driven a fully upgraded version of this car with slidey cars enabled, and it gets crazy sideways. It just slides and slides and slides. The only thing is, it's twitchier than I would have expected. When I took it out on the road, my first impressions were like, wait a minute, this is a little bit twitchier than it felt back in that parking lot. Because honestly, it was. I was expecting it to be a lot more easily controllable. And it is, like right there, it is if you use the proper e-braking technique. If you're like tapping the e-brake, you really have to, in this car, you have to stay on the gas and then just keep lightly tapping the e-brake, lightly tapping the e-brake. Shortly through the drive, the test drive, I got attacked by a group of bikers and the back end got all shot up, which is very, like, unfortunate because it really kind of ruined the way the back end of this car looks, and I was kind of mad. I was really mad, actually, because I'm out in, like, in the middle of the map, and there isn't a Los Santos Customs shop anywhere nearby, which kind of made me a little bit mad because I couldn't go back and fix up my car. But I decided, you know what? It didn't hurt the performance. I'm just going to keep drifting. So this section is actually, if you guys saw my GTR video, you'll remember this section, and I like this section a lot. I just recently found it just before filming the GTR video, and now that I've found this section, I just keep drifting it. I use it for drift practice. I use it for just basically whenever I want to see if something will slide, I use this area. And this car, it's weird in the way that it drifts, because you can see how, I mean, just from watching, if you've ever tried to drift in GTA, you can tell that this car is twitchy. You can tell it's very twitchy, and it's weird because I went off the road. When I went off the road, I was expecting it to, you know, I was expecting the back end to come around more, but instead it did this weird understeery plowing forward motion, which I don't know, I hadn't seen that happen before, but it's just one of those little weird things that you kind of have to get used to with this car, because honestly, the handling is really odd, but I think you could get used to it, honestly. I think you could get used to it in the long run. It was easier to get used to than the GTR, because the GTR was all-wheel drive, and I'm a lot better with rear-wheel drive than I am with all-wheel drive. The only thing about the GTR is that the GTR was a lot easier to, save it if you went into a corner too hard. This maneuver right here scared me. I went in sideways, and then I saw this boat trailer coming, and I was like, go back the other way! And so I went back the other way, drifted right in front of, well, not really drifted, but kind of just whipped back right in front of the truck pulling the boat trailer. So it was a pretty crazy moment. But if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave me a like. Tell me in the comment section below what you thought of it. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe for more GTA car builds. And I will see you guys in the next one, which is coming soon.